The
God.
second one is like a look back at I'm gonna call her the villain. I look back at the villain's life and how things happened. And
Is
then
Pearl? Wait, you said it was Pearl?
Pearl was the second
Oh,
movie. Maxine
is
was the
that
third
with
movie.
is that with like, oh my God, the clips that I keep seeing of like that lady like screaming like I'm a star, like
Yes,
I'm a
yes,
star. That shit. Okay, okay. So I have heard of the second one before,
yep.
but not the others.
Pearl is the best in my opinion. X just sent one that Locale Cafe gifted membership. Thank you for that one.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you thank them for that membership. Whoever got it, we appreciate you. All right,
That's awesome.
definitely.
We're getting closer
We are one step at a time.
to tainting this body with the LCU
Forever, but
forever. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, like I
I'm
said,
excited.
consider becoming a cash cow because we're gonna be a lot more involved in the Discord. We're gonna figure out like some watch parties, and we're going to be doing that. Remember, I am getting the Bigfoot game whenever it comes out, so I'll be playing the Bigfoot
Yes,
game. So we can
I'll
all
get
have
it too,
fun.
so we can all play
There you
together
go.
because it's co-op up to like 5 people, I
Yep,
think, maybe possibly.
yep. Evan X Pearl and Maxine. Yeah, so it was X. Yep. X
Okay.
X was good. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It was good, but it's just so fucked up, man. And not like in a gory way, just like a what the fuck am I watching kind of way. It is just wild and out there.
Oh gosh, I need to go check these out.
Yeah, you'll like it. Like I said, to me, Maxine. I'm not saying it was a letdown. I thought it was gonna be way better than what it was, but
Oh,
it is what it is.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. All right,
It is what it is.
let's figure out some content. So we have a lot to do for the remind. A lot to do
Oh
for the remind.
yes. Oh yes. The remind is real. Is real today.
Is there something?
All right, so Locale Alert. Shout out Locale Alert. They are like a clip channel. They do make this easier for a lot of us. They evidently they got when Grimm was fired. So let's check that out.
Oh yeah, that shit was crazy.
By the way, Keen played another clip channel's video, so I think it's okay if we do this because it's just whatever. So let's check it out. Hopefully it ain't too laggy, y'all. I do apologize.
Thing you would like to say on the statement that you made? Like anything?
Yeah, no, I'll definitely chill out with all the edgy jokes. Even if you don't see it as a joke and you're seeing it as a statement, I completely understand because I was being very deadpan. But all in all, yeah, I'll definitely chill out with that.
You said it was worth losing 6 million people because of the technology that we got from it.
Dude, are we really gonna talk about this? Like, are we really gonna argue about like six? Yes, of course. We're not gonna sit here and not believe that like that 6 million. Obviously, losing 6 million people is an awful thing. Can we agree on that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Can we agree that saving millions in the future is a good thing as well?
Yeah.
That's a fallacy. I agree. I'll say no goddamn book. It's a fallacy.
How is it a
They
fallacy?
did not. They did
Break it
not
down.
advance technology. They did not advance medicine.
What do you mean
I have been educated on this by Jewish people. You should read a book.
Have you? No, it's not even Jewish people. Have you ever heard of Unit 731?
Even
Have you ever heard of Unit 731?
no, shut up. Let me talk. And
Okay.
even if
What was the
we
point of
advanced
Unit
technology, it wouldn't be worth the vivisection of living pregnant women. It wouldn't be worth the amount of human suffering. I would give up my cell phone. I would give up my medicine. I
Graham,
would
I
give up
wouldn't
what I
want
have
6
to
million
give
people to actually
up.
die.
6 million lives back. 6 million lives.
Excuse
There's
me,
something I wouldn't give.
Excuse me, Grim. What you fell for on the internet is like a dog whistle, and then you're just parroting that dog whistle, but like on my universe, right? Like
If you genuinely believe that I like Jewish people, which is the craziest thing to say, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to
I didn't. Give me one more chance. Is there anything you want to say about this?
Yeah, no, like I said, I apologize for it. I mean, all in all, like, if the fact that it was that edgy, I shouldn't be doing that on this platform. I definitely don't want to do it on a platform where you have me on, right? You especially, team. So I definitely rescind those comments. I'll chill out on the edgy jokes. I'll try to be humorous in a different way. That's all I can do for you. Obviously, I can't do anything about the comments. I mean, they're already there, right? The most I can do is rescind them and be like, all right, I'll do better for the future. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
That's all I can do for you.
you don't get how it's like this is like a very, very hurtful thing. You don't get that?
I could see it. Now that you presented it to me, yeah, like ever since I hopped on here and you told me about it, I'm like, all right, yeah, I can see how that's hurtful. 100%.
Grim. Unfortunately, this is just like one of those things where like I have to part ways with you.
Good evening, everybody. We are back with another video, and today's journey on the LCU. Oh boy! So let's start out with Cafe. Ran for 4 hours, which is as a recording of it, it's 6:40. Tech Talk, it's going on. I watched enough of it to kind of get an idea, but first off, we're starting the day with the ghetto, the realest, the chillest, the calmest. Cafe. So Cafe Group decided to cover both the situation within Milkers and the Grimm. Now, obviously, when it came to the Milkers, Roxy came on to kind of explain her position and everything, and it's more or less kind of tell her like that you can't be doing it. And then when it came on to the Grimm stuff, they kind of really ran. The whole point of the Grimm stuff was just like, hey, maybe these jokes shouldn't be made. But I think they also made it clear that it does have to relate with the whole Bean situation and constantly being attacked with. I think hopefully this weekend, some point today or this weekend, I'll start collecting that kind of information and kind of make a guideline of, or make a video on Grimm and that whole situation proper, because the old saying, right, that one bad day, it takes one bad day. Well, it can literally, it takes sometimes a whole week for people to just not care anymore. That's how it feels. That's how it genuinely feels. And I think they kind of get the idea that, like, maybe due to the stress of just constantly streaming every single day, because whether or not you like Tess is one thing, but Tess streams 24/7 sometimes. Like, well, not 24/7, but they stream 2 hours for 5 days and basically like 24 hours for the weekends, which is extremely excessive. Right, most channels don't generally do that a lot of the time, especially in the LCU. But the fact that they're devoted and dedicated to that, to what they're trying to do, it's probably, and even they recognize it. I mean, they're not the only people in Cafe, but there's a sentiment among the other channel, bar maybe like Milkers and Queens, where of any of the channels that is dedicated to the LCU, it's really Rewind, right? Like, Queens and Milkers can go on about how they're the biggest shows, or Queens can go on that they paved the show, which, we'll get into that when we get into it one day, but Xylee made a good point saying that, like, literally Rewind was like 2 or 3 days after, and I'm like, it really was. Yeah, I forgot that Queens... Rewind's only 2 or 3 after, so they really can't say that. If anything, the way Rewind and Queens were made and their styles were made really influenced the rest of the other shows. So, Yeah, but besides that, Cafe was pretty good, Get on down. We're gonna move on.
It's like I can like find someone like very, very, very beautiful, and people are just like, oh, she's ugly as shit. But like, it's kind of like the designer type of beauty. Like, you could be a Gucci model, you could be modeling like Balenciaga, but your average person is gonna think that you're chopped. But those who have the refined taste of beauty and the diversity behind it will think that you're gorgeous. Like Kate Moss. People thought Kate Moss was ugly. Some people thought that she was chopped. Like, and I think she's gorgeous. Like, she doesn't have those like looks max features either.
Well, the thing is, okay, so we're not doing the tier list. The tier list is not for us. The tier list is for Sweet Tea. This is kind of like her hazing, I guess, but we're not trying to haze her. We just want her to give her opinions on people in the LCU, especially after her whole
this should be a team building exercise.
Team building exercise. Well, we were going around the entire LCU trying to riz up the men. So I would just like to know, what is your perspective, or what is your idea, or who were you rizzing up, which was your top pick? I think that's what I'm trying to get at.
God.
But CD-ROM here is, and I know that he's on a lunch break, so I don't want to take up too much of his time.
You got all the time you need, girl. Hello, bodacious beauties of the LCU. How are my ladies today?
Why are you driving? I love CD Bro. What?
He just talking.
I'm on my lunch.
Free.
He's on his lunch. He's a vibe.
I like to think that I have really good time management skills. So every Wednesday, which is trash and chore day, I spend my lunch hour driving back home and getting my midday chores done so that I don't have to do them when I am done working.
Okay, responsible man. How long is your lunch break that you have time to go home and do all your chores and then go back to work?
It's probably an hour.
Only an hour.
Okay. You guessed it right, Sweet Tea.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently you were stressed out, according to Sweet Tea. What happened last night?
I'm always high strung. It's nothing new. But I tell people that I'm my own worst critic, right? So I'm always overanalyzing whether or not I'm actually doing a good job here, or whether or not I have the potential to stick around in the long term. And I also, for whatever reason, have a hard time taking compliments. So there's a lot of people that are trying to gas me up and tell me I'm doing okay, and I have a hard time believing them. So it's just a lot of things that were kind of ingrained in me as a kid, the kind of like the you'll never be good enough mentality. So a lot of old habits that I'm just trying to break for myself.
That's very true. I think that was kind of like a hidden topic or hidden theme of today's show as well. We were talking about looks. We're talking about feeling like you're not good enough. And let's get another perspective. With men, it's a little bit different. You don't have like the super. I mean, I don't know how to phrase it. Sweet Tea, Puffstar.
Men have the leisure of existing.
Yeah,
I'll say it like that, and people are gonna be mad. But like, yes, there's male beauty standards. There's a lot of things you have to fit into as well. But it's a different type of. I think women are more. You're going to penalize more for how you look versus men are penalized for their character, and they try and fit into a character mold. I think that's where the brunt of a lot of their insecurities may seem to come from. So it's two different things. There's still pressures, but they're different types of pressure. Like dad bods are idolized, but men always want to be the most manly man in the room. And so you go in how you define that and shit like that, it gets into,
I mean, for me, it feels a little bit more complicated than that, because when it comes to like male beauty standards, like just recently, like the whole dad bod movement started coming about, and it's been a very positive.
Girl,
for a long time.
No, but
yeah,
like when
girl,
that
you would
when
not
that's
have
like
I Heart Dilf face. I had I Heart Dilf as my profile picture on Instagram once. Don't play with me.
exactly.
So we are gonna bring up Popstar later on this video, but keep in mind that before the stream happened in Doll, Popstar was already crashing out on Bean, which is I like to actually see how that is, like Bean handling like crash out behind the scenes, because there's a difference, right? When you're crash out in public, there's less of a worry because if people are around you, or if you're streaming it, there's less of a worry. Where like privately, I think you're a lot more scared because there's not much of a help, or there's not much of like, hey, evidence of this is happening. And given Pupstar, and I'm not trying to be offensive, but it's like Pupstar crashing out does not surprise me. Like, it's just something, and you know, I don't really care how people feel about it, but if you've been around girls like Pupstar, you know what I mean, that her crashing out, it's extremely common. And I don't want to say anything that could come out really offensive. I don't personally give a shit if people take it offensive, but I know smart enough to not be stupid to say it because I know how people are. But if you know what I'm trying to refer to, you know what I'm trying to refer to. Given that Popstar has this tendency to almost like a Becky thing, which Rewind, right? The quote something from Rewind, or Billy actually saying that Popstar is the next Becky, which I may have to do a whole video on that, because as I'm recording it, I'm not sure if she'd be on Dolls or not. If she is on Dolls, it is what it is. If she's not on Dolls, it is what it is. But if she is quote unquote the next Becky, holy shit, she is gonna be a blowout, like a superstar lolcow, right? Because, and the reason I say that is, unlike Becky, who I think she is, like they're both lolcows, but one is very young, and I would say one is much more, I wouldn't say structure, but she knows how to use her words. She knows how to speak fast. She knows how to try to bulldoze everybody, just like Becky. But I think unlike Becky, Popstar is much more aggressive about it, just because the nature of her personality. And when I'm thinking about all the other times I watched Dolls, like, yeah. Oh, yeah, she's going to be a lolcow. If you don't believe me, I am putting in stocks that Popstar probably going to be a massive lolcow. Like, massive lolcow in the next coming week if she's still around. Now, they also went into the whole thing about Sweet Tea and the whole thing with Billy, which is like they do bring it up later on in the other shows. My honest opinion, they shouldn't be joking around and stuff like that, because just like Becky, I think Sweet Tea it's another Becky, where unlike Popstar, who is more like the lolcow Becky, I think Sweet Tea is gonna be more of like just throwing allegation after allegation that are not really founded, but people can understand how, oh wait, you know, I can see how somebody can misunderstand it if they're not careful. Right, they kind of went into that, and Sweet Tea kind of got a little sensitive, and I'm just like, you kind of can't get sensitive constantly. I don't know. Here's my take on the whole thing with Sweet Tea and all this shit. Hey, don't take everything serious, and if you don't need to. Like, but then again, given that how aggressive they've been towards Sweet Tea, you can't really deny it, because Xylee got drunk and really did threaten Sweet Tea, even if Xylee was trying to make a whole different point about something and how a lot of people kind of swept for her. If you're drunk and you're being that aggressive, maybe don't drink, or maybe don't bring up the person. Let's just be real. And you can't really blame Sweet Tea, and since, you know, Billy is Xylee's co-host, you know. All I'm saying is, you know, Sweet Tea is making a lot of enemies, and I'm here for it. You know, maybe some people don't like that. Hey, at the LCU, they're all local. Sweet Tea is a locale in the making. Same thing for Popstar. And I feel bad for Beans because Beans is their handler. She has to handle them at all times, because if she doesn't, they're gonna go off the wall. And at the rate things are going between Popstar or Sweet Tea, I'll tell you what. Don't be surprised if Popstar goes full on sicko mode and starts saying a lot of questionable things on dolls. Or don't be surprised if Sweet Tea starts throwing allegations to other hosts who are not involved. They're just random hosts. So, it's a powder cake that's about to explode any minute. And I'm here for it, 100%.
It's a mirror, like, right before you get into the locker room.
I was
like,
gonna say most
designated
gyms.
spaces.
Yeah, it's like there'll be that big mirror still in the bathroom part, but there's like in the actual like locker room part when you first walk in, they set up like just like a table with a mirror now for people that like want to take gym pictures or like progress pictures or whatever. Because that's so common.
And there is places, but there is gyms that if you look in the corner of the mirrors, they will say, do not record. Or if they'll put it up there. Because most of the time, because everybody's doing it, so nobody cares. But if you're just like live streaming, I don't think they would want that. But like your own like thing and somebody's in the background asks you to delete it, like that's something completely different. Like there's places built for that. But just to go into a bathroom, not a locker room, with like designated areas for you to pose and shit with downlighting, but a bathroom where people just go to piss and shit and do weird shit.
And it's like, we understand or whatever about like donut goals. Like we get it. But it's like, okay, put water on your pants. Could have been done a million other ways. You didn't actually have to go into the bathroom.
Bro, you could have literally just walked up to a person and be like, can you pour this on me? Like, that's what I'm going to do. That's going to be when I go IRL, I'm just going to have a cup of water, right? I'm just going to go around and I'm like, hey, can you pour this on me? What? Can you splash this in my face?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? You just like take this cup of water and throw it at me. Somebody's going to like toss the cup at me.
Yeah, there would be people that would do it. Some people would say no, but someone would say yes, Find a group of teenagers, they'll do it.
Bro, we're going to do our IRL streams very soon, and it's not going to be this shit.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. Should I say it? About their IRL shit with their speaker?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we don't... Okay, so, a lot of people already knew, like, that very, very first, like, IRL stream they did, the speaker was, like, definitely not connected for, like, the first hour.
That's what I'm talking
stream,
about.
Yeah.
That one. I'm not saying... I know they got it to work eventually, but, like, the first one?
Yeah.
Like, nobody heard that shit. Nobody did.
It was the fact that Roxy was, like, reacting to them that was kind of stunning me when you could literally see that she had a headphone in. Nobody's saying that they're still scamming now. I think she actually does have a speaker now. But it was the very first episode she did for the first hour. She couldn't get the speaker to connect, so she just had headphones in, and you could literally see it on the stream, and people started calling it out, and then they connected the speaker midstream. So, yeah.
Hold on. Shout out to Con. He just sent me something dope. I'm naming it dope in my file. I'm going to bring it up real quick. But no! Bro. Hold on. Let me see. Oh my god, I actually slightly know how to use OBS. Isn't that weird? Like with my limited capabilities, and I don't even have like a custom fucking thing.
Mine has just been pissed.
So let's get into Nerds. Nerds had a 4-hour stream. So just sort of like with Cafe, they kind of went over 2 separate stories. It really evolved the whole thing with Roxy and Sweet Tea. Not much I can really say on both ends, right? The situation with Roxy, Roxy did pop up on Cafe and again try to give her perspective on things and kind of even like double down. Here's the thing. It is very ridiculous for these people to not think. Well, not that it's ridiculous. Let's be fair. Given the way that Queens and Milker works, should it really surprise you that they doing dumb things like this is out of the ordinary? I don't think it is, right? I don't really think it is. How many times have we seen Becky do some ridiculous thing and cry and bitch about it and then try to make it somebody's fault, right? Back to the whole TOS stuff, it sort of is common sense. And even if you don't want to read the TOS, there's probably videos going over live streaming IRL and dealing with the TOS. There's probably people who dedicated their life probably explaining every little thing about the TOS and IRL streaming on YouTube, on Kick, on Twitch. There's probably somebody right now or out there or in the process of making a whole video explaining every little thing dealing with IRL streaming and TOS on these platforms. It really is not an excuse. Plus, given how prominent IRL streaming was at one period of point, you can't be ignorant. There's a certain point where you cannot be ignorant about it. Like, hell, watching the Dorps and their IRL stuff just made me realize how, just how ridiculous IRL streamers are. There's a reason, right? There is a reason people hate IRL streamers. There's a reason why people hate people like Johnny Salami. I'm probably saying his username wrong. I don't really care either way, but there's a reason why people snipe these streamers. There's a reason why these people get messed with, right? And Roxy's sort of in that same thing with Becky, where well, we didn't know, where it's like it's kind of common courtesy, like if you're going to stream and you're going to the bathroom, probably a good idea to just shut the stream off then and there and then come back, rather than well, there was no one there. It doesn't matter, because what if somebody pops in? Then what do? You can't use that. It's like you have to think when you. Here's the thing. I feel like if you're IRL streaming, you should always expect the worst. And how many times we see IRL streamers just Extra Emily, it's a good example of a couple weeks ago where she got banned off of Twitch because she was literally she ran over a red light while streaming on her phone, using her phone at the same time. It's are you this stupid? Now, I can forgive Roxy. Let's be real. I can forgive Roxy because Roxy is an idiot. And she's old, and she doesn't know this stuff as well as other people. You can forgive Roxy, right? You can forgive her. Becky, on the other hand, you can't forgive. Because I'm 100% sure Becky probably knows about this stuff and was just playing ignorant. And people were calling her out for it, so there's a difference. Right? I'm not the only one who feels this, right? Yeah, whatever, let's move on.
Bad for this toothless bitch when I first started, because I swear, when she started telling, I really felt bad about her arm. I really felt bad. I studied her condition. But this bitch is literally just a dumbass country bumpkin, and I know Slim Jim likes her, but literally, look, first of all, we're sending you to Coves because Coves will take anything. And you look better, slightly better, just a little bit, 1% better than Jessica. And I swear, if you became that would be the best thing that ever fucking happened in your life. Let's just not be honest with you. Let's be honest with you. Because you had some little bit of fucking charisma when you came here, but you are picking the fights with the wrong people. Why didn't you go on fucking Aussie and pick shit with Tech Protect? Why didn't you go on fucking thing and start shit? You don't. You literally, went to Becky and they was I'm gonna be like Becky. And no, you can't. You can't choose steak, bitch. You can't be like Becky. Becky fucking dog shit out of steak. You can't do that shit. The fuck you coming at Billy? Billy is literally, I don't give a fuck what you think. I know Billy. You may not know Billy. Billy literally puts people in front of his own fucking self all the fucking time. And I will not let you guys.
Bigfoot out super chatted $20. Fuck it. What this one do?
And to be fair, now with another 20, you fucking toothless wonder, you fucking weird claim bandit. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Cobes is too good for you. I don't even know how the fuck you had a kid in the fucking first place. I'm gonna let you know something. Boss felt bad for you, wanted to do some arbs and the angel shit. And now once we get enough money to get your stupid bitch ass teeth, you gonna be kicked straight the fuck out of here because nobody's gonna feel bad no more. You over here literally doing this shit. Tina was not being mean. I thought Tina was being mean. Tina was being truthful. You are weird, stupid, conniving, you think you're smart. You literally do. I know you put me up there. You put me on a handsome list. That is the most weirdest shit. You're not impressing me. You're not impressing me. I'm a self-doubting fat guy in my core.
Super chatted $19.99. How far this dial turn though?
Waiting for the other.
Just Jordan super chatted $20. Get M.
Okay, well I'll just do a bleaker because that was a lot of
I'm gonna take a rip after this. But you dare ever come at Sir William the Fridge, bitch. You know what I am? I'm a Frigg's magnet. I don't know why the fuck you've come into this universe. You had fucking potential. We didn't give a fuck. We didn't even know you didn't have teeth. But guess what? You're the one that had to fucking say it. You had to come at Tina. Every time your stupid fucking non-chromosomal ass has come at somebody, you fucked up 7 times to Sunday. You make Eric look smart. You make Michelangelo seem like a functioning human being. I swear, I don't understand why you think somebody is like, I'm scared somebody wants to give me a flight. If somebody wanted me to fly to Jamaica, I would take my swinging ass straight there. What the fuck are you mean, bitch? What are you doing? What are you doing? What do you do at home when you're not on stream, bitch? What? Sit in poverty? We're trying to help you, but yo toothless ass don't even know what's going on. I swear to God, I bet your ass better go down to the corner, start sucking some dick or something, because your ass better be handing out gum jobs for $100 a pop, because I swear once we kick your ass straight the fuck out this universe, we're going to be talking about all the shit that you could have been doing. You fucking let your dog hump you on some Whitney, Wisconsin weird shit. You already put your damn kid. You were too green. I tried to be your friend because you like anime.
Now, good old One Buff Weed kind of just drills in this stuff towards Sweet Tea. If I was One Buff Weed, I would be extremely careful, because this may be another Zally situation where Sweet Tea would probably accuse One Buff of something, even if it's not true. I would be careful to what you say to Sweet Tea from moving on, right? And just in general, because just the way she is, and I believe even One Buff Weed even calls her out for like not being the brightest bulb. Right. She's not the most handy tool. She's not the sharpest crayon in the crayon box, if you know what I'm referring to. It's true, she really isn't. But that's what makes her kind of entertaining, because her stupidity gets other people in trouble, which results in a massive backlash, which is even more hilarious. And then like how sort of like Rewan kind of got offended how they Keemstar was defending, but at the same time it's like, you know, later on in live they even straight up say like a lot of commentator channels do lie, which is hilarious given who Ziley is. But you know, enough of that. It's not even a question of commentator channels even lie or not. It's just a question of just twisting the truth, or you know, stretching it out for what it is. But yeah, I mean, like, if people really wanted to, what is stopping from people commentating on this whole situation and making it worse than it is? You can't really joke about that kind of stuff, and I mean, it doesn't help that and I believe even in a cafe, I believe it was Batgirl that made a reference. I know they were talking about the whole who's a Hollywood director. It was during the Me Too moment, and how that one director kind of RA a lot of girls or SA a lot of girls. You know what I'm referring to? And Billy kind of made a joke about that, and it's like, ooh, even if it's funny or not, it sort of doesn't help, because what is stopping from somebody from hearing that and then cutting the clip from there, and then just twisting the truth for what it is? Like, oh, it was the joke. But why would you kind of make a joke already being a top of being accused of that kind of stuff? It doesn't help. And I can understand if Billy in the moment is heated, right? He's just heated, he's trying to make a joke, to lighten up the situation, but it's like a little too early and maybe not the best joke. And I believe Batgirl made a reference to Epstein, and that doesn't help. Right, I understand that like people use humor as a way to cope with a situation, which is even I do that. But the problem is it's like also timing, which believe it or not, even Zay called out Becky for the whole situation with Roxy's husband. So it's just one of those things that I could kind of see if somebody was to hear that and twist the truth for what it's worth. Oops, sorry for that.
So I just let you talk, so let me talk. So I'm doing just fine. Now here's the thing, like Rastov just said, we're doing number 2 and number 3. There's nothing going bad with the show at the moment. So you know what? I haven't been putting as much attention into it. Why? Because we've been doing just fine without it. Literally, we've been doing everything just the same, and it's been going just fine.
I know.
Left the meeting this morning. This morning, we're in a meeting. You asked, what time are we doing meetings as of recent? I said, I haven't been, just because I've been doing a bunch of other shit. And then you just fucking left. You just fucking left.
That is not what you said. That is not what you said.
I literally said I haven't been doing meetings because I've been doing a bunch of other shit. That's exactly what I said.
No, this is what you said. I said, when are we doing meetings? Because we're going to keep doing them 40, 20 minutes before the show. And you said, I'm busy. I do not have time to do meetings. So we're not doing meetings.
I said, I haven't been doing meetings. That's what I'm saying. But if you don't listen and then instead you want to act like I said something I didn't say. I didn't say that. I said I haven't been doing meetings because I've been busy.
I heard you wrong.
I did cafe the past 2 days as well as Tech Talk, which is really what took up more of my time than usual. I've been doing just fine doing Tech Talk and doing both. But instead of having this conversation behind the scenes, you left the meeting, threw a fit on screen today when you should have just talked to me about it then. Because you chose to just drop out the meeting instead of talk to me about it. And I don't fuck with you just bringing it up on screen saying I'm spreading myself too thin when I haven't complained about it once.
Don't put me like I'm sitting here. I don't communicate and I don't talk. I call the group chat, and if you don't answer, nobody else does. As simple as that.
Then so tell it's them not to about, pick up when you're calling. Why is that on me?
I'm not saying that's on you. I'm saying that when I tried to have these communications with you lately, when I've been worried about this and why this boiled up to this point, that what's it called? Every time I try to call or try to ask you about a meeting or talk about it, you're either asleep or you're working on tech. And then you'll go into the
Now here we have both One Buff and Zay kind of argue. Now, if you're not aware, Zay is helping out a lot of channel, particularly Tech Talk, which is, they stream around 4 o'clock, if I'm correct, all the way up to 8, which is the 4 hour, and she has to be on board at all times to make sure things are going right, with results of her not getting enough sleep, right? So probably after Tech Talk is over, she probably goes right to sleep, right? And to One Above, they were arguing about this, like, about meetings and all that, but it's like, they were making the point of, like, there's no need to make meetings, there's no need to do any of what we used to do because the show is successful, and they're right, she is 100% right. The show is successful, they do get a lot of membership, they already beat Queens. You kind of can't complain about not having meetings when the show is already succeeding. There's no need. If anything, there's no need to have a 45-minute meeting at this point. Like, unless something happened or, like, you've messed up on something that you need to talk about it. I feel like One Buff could have just called her and, like, hey, you have, like, a minute or two to talk. I'm worried about your health, rather than making it public. And even if, but also here's the problem, and this is particularly towards Zay, is that Keemstar wants everything to be streamed. So if you have a certain grief or you have a certain problem, he wants that to be streamed because to him that's content. So on one hand, I can understand where Zay is like, oh, we could have done this privately than doing it on stream. But the problem is, your boss, who is Keemstar, wants it to be publicly streamed. So you can't really complain where Keemstar has said a number of times across the board towards everybody, if you have a problem, stream that. How many times we've seen him stream problems with either with Wings or Boogie? Happened a number of times. Even now, anytime there's a problem in the LCL, he is telling them, stream it. We are going to stream our complaints. I'm sorry, I understand how they feel, but hey, you work with Keemstar, who has said it a number of times. You can't kind of complain. On the other hand, on One Buff, maybe you should have done it. You should have handled it differently. Hey, can we talk about this? And then maybe later on in our stream, we can just talk about it as well to get people, hey, me and Zay were talking about this, and maybe as a way to help other people who were going through the same things Zay is. Like, they could have easily done that and still made content out of it. I feel like what it is too many people got their emotion high, where they just should have simply said, can we talk about this? If we're not going to talk about this in private, I'm just going to stream it in public. I would have done that, and maybe it would have came up as a threat, but it's been like, and it really kind of came down to just One Buff worrying about Zay's health versus her not getting enough sleep. He's every right to. Look what happened to Nightmare. The man barely slept, man. Nightmare even straight up said, like, I don't even sleep half the time. So, there you go. Right, yo, let's move on.
I'm taking fucking 30 of the goddamn things.
Take 2 sips of beer.
This bottle was full when we fucking started.
Boogie, take 2 sips of beer. You'll be all right. Can't you just get addicted to alcohol like a normal person and not prescription drugs?
Yeah, or vape, I don't know. Bro, he called me fucking 10 times this morning, just repeatedly. I'm so fucking over him today. Like, literally just wouldn't stop.
Dude, he's been
so then I get
crashing
fucking
out
20 messages being like, pick up the fucking phone.
I know, I was trying to mow the lawns up at the campgrounds and he's fucking blowing up my phone. Boogie, 2 sips of beer.
You remember when I started this fucking show, I couldn't walk, motherfucker. You have any idea how much pain I've been through to get to a point where I can fucking walk at back cam, where I can fucking exercise for you cocksuckers?
We're proud of you.
I literally did it with a goddamn pill. And now all that pain is coming back, motherfucker, and I ain't too happy.
The pain will go away.
Yeah, when I get my pills in 2 fucking days, that's when it goes away.
You can't be addicted to fucking drugs, bro. Come on. You gotta...
Motherfucker, it's prescription. I'm taking them because it's prescribed, because my doctor and I sat down and figured out the only way I was going to be able to function as a goddamn person again with a fucking permanent injury when L3, L4, and L5 no longer have any padding between them and they're growing together. The only way I was going to get through it is with fucking medicine. It's motherfucker.
An opium.
I'm not popping Xannies like a party boy.
It's an illegal substance.
No, it's legal for me, cocksucker, because they have a definable injury. They have x-rays. They fucking seen it. That shit's in my medical charts, motherfucker. Do you want to see that? You want to see that? That's in my medical charts.
Come on, Boogie. You're being a pussy.
Just let him go. I can't be asked. I'm
yeah,
so
but why
fucking
does
sick
he
of him
need
today.
training wheels throughout life? Like, why can't he man up? Like, do you really need the fucking...
This is me manning up. I showed up to work. I went out and got my chores done today. I picked up my fucking Zepbound. I drove through. All I want to do is lay in bed and hurt. All I want to do is lay in bed and hurt. That's all I want to do. I hurt like a motherfucker.
I don't take medication, bro. I barely take a fucking aspirin for a
I don't
headache.
on Saturdays anymore. I'm going to fucking spend some goddamn time with the people I fucking love, even though I'm miserable.
Okay.
I still showed up.
But let me ask you a
I
question.
my fucking body for you.
Why-
Up and down the goddamn state. I put fucking yard sales. I went to Houston and interviewed you. People in front of my goddamn fucking... I can't even talk. I went to Houston and embarrassed myself for this show.
You're faking it, dude. You're not in that much pain.
Good. Yeah, fake. I'm fine. Can I go either way? How about that? Can I go either way?
You only have 10 more minutes.
You should set a goal 10, 20 so he can go.
All right.
Now I'm hurting more. I'm hurting more. And now I'm hurting more. I watched my mom go through this shit. This is fucking karma. I watched my mom go through withdrawals when she hit the goddamn Medicare donut hole and she couldn't afford her medications anymore. And I didn't understand it then, back before she died in 2019. Now I fucking get it. Hey, God.
Yeah, he just wants to play a Switch. Hooligan gets it.
Motherfucker. Can you stop now, please?
Okay, Boogie, I made a goal. It's only 5 donos for you to leave.
Thank you.
It's only 5 donos for you to leave. That's it. So
plead with the audience, okay? Plead with the audience.
Tell the audience that you want to be set free.
I'm sure they want to sit here and watch me suffer because I get it. I deserve it.
I'm gonna be real with you. Booking crashing out felt extremely fake, which is hilarious because in Queens, spoiler alert, was also very fake. This whole thing just felt like a nothing burger. Like, it's funny how like Boogie and Keem like told Wings like get off his meds and the results happen. It's hilarious that this was happening too. That Boogie was complaining about his back problem because he took too much pill too much. I don't know. I felt that this whole thing was fake because then later on he would be sitting down on a couch and he wouldn't be freaking out. I'm not sure it was due to the fact that one, maybe the way he was sitting up. I know his spine or fused or something like that. But even so, it's like maybe walking around, maybe like stretching out your body and doing stuff like that can actually relieve the pain. I know that is a thing where doing certain things like walking or stretching does relieve a lot of the pain. But besides that, I felt this whole thing was just completely fake. It's like, come on. It feels fake. How is it not fake? You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm coming off a little too pessimistic about it. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Because we'll have to wait and see later on today's stream. Because again, a Boogie crashing out like this, we've seen him crash out a number of times, but this felt even more genuinely fake. Like, come on, Boogie. No one is buying the fact that you're this much in pain, and I don't know. I don't know. I just felt like this was forced towards the end. Like they were just running out of steam. That's how I felt. Felt that it was just something that running out of steam. I don't know. I was going with that. All right. Well, we're gonna move on because that's really what happened on live today or yesterday.
It's a happy moment. It's a happy moment when you're all upset for Becky. She's already crying. What the fuck? This bitch is already crying. Listen, Becky, you're getting everybody canceled. It's not your fault. You're Becky Boo. This bitch is crying already. Come on, Becky. Stop it. It's all right, Beck. If it's any consolation, I got a roach on my fucking screen right now on my forehead. Would that make you happy?
Super chatted $20. Congratulations on winning the Gauntlet Queens. He me even congratulated you at the end of LCL.
I didn't see it because all I've heard is I've been getting in trouble for our metrics all day. Let me share it with you, Tina. I'm going to show you the leaderboard.
What?
I'll show you. Look, hang on.
Oh, I get to see the leaderboard. Uh-oh, let me see it.
Here.
I'm looking.
This is the metrics for this month. We were the number 2 show, Tina. Now look at us. We're down at number 4 for super chats.
Oh my God, Becky, you're ruining our show!
For gifted members, we're down at number 4. So yeah, we might have won. Look at this. Overall, we're number 5. So yeah, we might have quote unquote won whatever fucking gauntlet, but at what cost?
Number 4, number 5. I'm number fucking 1, bitch. You did this to us. You fucking destroyed our fucking goddamn number 2.
Yes, this is why I'm
do that,
crying,
Becky.
TX.
I might as well just fucking go back to where I came from and be nobody.
Oh.
Are you fucking kidding me, Becky? You're crying about it? Oh my
Maybe
God.
you don't care, Tina. I'm under so much pressure with this shit. I was just given a second show, and now this show is tanking. That can't happen.
Becky, settle down. It's your fault. You're so fucking eager to please somebody.
Shut the fuck up in the chat. Shut the fuck up. No one's begging, you fucking moron. I'm crying. What the fuck?
Who said you're begging?
Some fucking idiot in the chat.
Well, my people aren't idiots. Your people are idiots. My people are not idiots. They're not. They're not idiots, bro. My people are not idiots. They know when they see a winner. You let your fucking Keemstar do this to us. Your Creamstar did this to us. Yeah, this is our payback for all the times you fucking were insubordinate with him. Every time you said you wanted him to fuck the anger out of you. That's what's wrong. Now we're fucked up in the game. Number 5, I will never be. I'd walk away.
You are. If it means anything, you're definitely winning on beauty metrics today. Out of all your
Thank
wits,
you.
this one is genuinely lovely. A temporary speed bump of lower view/money metrics is fine. Don't take it as personally as seeming to.
Don't tell her that, you ignorant motherfucker. You must be one of her Becky fans. Take it seriously. You haven't been doing your fucking job. You got fucking milkers fucking canceled you out today. You got us fucked up Saturday and Sunday by telling on me. You're doing this to us.
I need a minute to pull myself together. I need a minute. I'm going to be
All
right
right,
back.
take a minute. Take your minute. You guys in the chat, let's wait till her headphones are off. Let me tell you what Becky's doing. Becky thinks she's fucking slick. She's not slick. She's trying to promote only the milkers, you guys. So you guys, listen. Fuck it. Just donate to her. She'll stop crying. And if she don't, buy a membership. That's more important. I'd rather have people be a member over here than a super chat, because super chats, that means you gotta bounce. You gotta do everything they tell you to do. And the reason why the nerds are so successful is because they came from OnlyFans. So they.
You know what's even more faker than Boogie crashing out about his back? Queens crashing out about the gauntlet. This felt even more fake. This felt extremely fake. Like, to the point of, like, please, God, end this shit for me. I don't know. I felt like this could have been done better. This could have been just, like, whatever. But this felt so fake. You can tell that this was an attempt to just garner donos and membership. Like, I'm not crazy for saying that. Right? I think anybody who watches this stuff, and I know I've been called a clipper, and that's fine, but when it's coming to Queens particularly, I think I am more of a detractor. Right? And the reason I say that is because, like, they do this every other week. They constantly do this. They're begging for dono. They're begging for membership. They do this. Even if, like, okay, let's be fair. Let's say this. If Queen is currently at a downward slope where they're not getting membership, but they have views and they're not getting donos, it's probably because people are just sick of what they're doing. People don't care. Like, the steam is burnt out. They do this every couple weeks. or not even every couple of weeks. They do it every couple of days where they get into a fight, they start begging Donald, they sympathy Donald. It happened, and this whole crash out just felt fake. Like, not even real. The way even Roxy later on came in and started cursing felt so fake. Like, at some point you ask yourself, like, can you just stop and just do something? I don't even care what it is. Go over a docket. Go over Foodie Booty. Go over something. It was 2 hours of them slogging through this. And I fell asleep halfway through. I passed out, woke up, and I was like, oh, they're still fighting like babies? Who cares? I'm going back to sleep. And then I woke up during Rewind and fell right back asleep for the most part on Rewind. But it's like, we'll get into Rewind, but this is just awful. Like, not even that, like, acting, it just felt awful. Oh, God, the script is annoying. Let's move on, or sort of move on to the next thing.
Mike's coming to help me! Mike's coming to help me, bitch, because we're a team! Mike!
Yeah, you know what? Have fun with that. I bet you Mike would run right the fuck out of here if he ever had any actual work to fucking do.
$99. My God, Roxy, please turn off your camera.
The fuck is this?
I was in bed all day, spending time with my family. I just want to know what's going on. What the fuck is she doing now?
I don't know. I didn't go through Chick-fil-A to get my dog anything to eat out of a cup, pup. What the fuck you doing here?
People keep telling me to join.
Get rid of her. She's not on our show. Get out of here.
Becky, what is going on with your fucking show right now? What is even happening?
She's fired. That's what's happening, motherfucker.
I'll tell you what's happening. The numbers were low, so I'm getting fired because of it, because I performed well the whole time. I'm the fucking goddamn moneymaker. I have to do 2 shows in a week, and now I'm getting fired from this one. Probably because of this stupid, fat pig pussy down here. So I'm done with you, Tina. Now you have to learn OBS.
Okay, shut up.
Shut up.
That's not me. You just
I just muted you.
It's always doing well with Becky. What are you going to do with this, you, Tina?
I'm muting you, and I'm muting you just in case. Now it's just you, Tina. Just you. It's a good thing your son spent his money upgrading his setup, because now you have to run OBS, and I'm going to sit back here and watch you suffer. Now I'm unmuting you all.
I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna suffer so badly without you, Becky.
Who the fuck just left?
Roxy. What are you yelling at, Roxy? Yeah, your homegirl.
So now you can talk all you want, fucking Tina, since it's your fucking show, and I'm not even getting paid for the whole month.
Mike, listen, she can't even make money on her way out the door. That's why our numbers are down, bro. They won't even donate to this fat bitch as she's leaving. So that tells you who's the problem here. Her. Hello?
Oh, he's muted. Mike, you're muted, and not for me. You muted yourself.
He's eating a fucking sandwich, fat.
I was talking to my kids.
Well, of course, your attention's never on Queens, even when you're literally on Queens.
Leave him alone. He's a boss.
Becky, just because you're barren and can't have children, you won't understand, okay?
Wow. Wow. Really?
Yeah, really. That's the truth. Why are they firing you? Can have kids, though. Go ahead and do it. You're going to have all the time in the world to make kids. Now you're fired. So you got extra time to go ahead and fuck.
Because the numbers are down, Pup Cup. Even your stupid tier lists of rating women and men in the LCU are performing better than us right now. That's why, Pup Cup.
You want to know why?
Hey, Mike, they gave you an F out of all the men on the LCU. Can you believe that, Mike?
Fuck the border! Fuck the border! I don't give a fuck about the stupid border!
Trump is going to take care of the borders, Becky.
On OBS! God!
Calm down! Mike, they gave you an F as one of the ugliest men on the LCU. Can you believe that?
So help me God! Do not put that shit on Drama Alert!
I've already been on there, baby. I went battle during the election. You can never top that, big girl. You can cry, dry, sleep, run up the fucking walls. You're never going to get that viral moment. Honey! Me and Mike did that. You know, us fat fucks don't do shit. We did it.
What? Becky and Tina.
Why is one talking to herself? What the fuck's going on here?
You two are a good... Bitch, I'm trying to help you. You two
Whatever
are
she says matters anyways.
You two are a good duo regardless. Like, so why
are you... Boogie Seater!
No! The other content fucking killer is here to interrupt me again!
No, I just wanted to let you know.
Fat fuck!
The border's a little bit out of place on the...
Yeah, I just fixed it, you slow asshole! God, keep up!
Hey, Mike, what are they going to do next week when I got my teeth in? They can't call me a 2+1 no more. Now that she's fired, I'm going to have new teeth in my mouth. How about that? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's an attractive fat bitch. She's an attractive fat bitch. You guys don't even want to donate to her on the way out the...
I like to apologize for the people who are listening to this on their headphones. Deeply apologize because, yeah, Becky was screaming like a wild animal and they're all messing with her, but it all felt fake, and then Popstar came on and Popstar was just there to mess with Becky. I can't say her name right. Becky, right? Apparently after this, it resulted in Popstar crashing out. Yeah, she ended up crashing out so bad because she got kicked out 3 separate times. Because obviously when you're on any of these shows, unless you have a particular reason to hop on, a lot of the time you have to be in waiting to pop in. It's just sort of a unspoken rule. Well, not a unspoken rule. It is sort of a rule among the whole. I mean, you don't have to necessarily do it, but it is agreed upon, and out of respect to just wait in waiting, because if they'll see your name, they'll pull you up, but yeah, I don't know what else I can say. I don't know what else I can say. Like, it was just bad. It was so bad. I mean, I woke up to a little bit of this and just fell right back asleep. And then they try to play the I was only just pretending to be dumb, and I'm just like, okay. Let us move on.
She's talking about tomorrow, and yeah. So.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Hello. Hi. Can we get Mr. Max? Hi, Keem. Hey.
Before you do anything, can you just ask Beans for permission?
I asked her, Beans. I don't have to ask this bitch for permission. I love you, Beans, but
you have a schedule for a reason.
Oh God.
The funny thing, Pup Stars, we're all nobodies here. Like, you know that, right? Like, none of us are famous, so you can pretty much do whatever you want around here, right? Like, fuck the schedule.
No, Billy, don't fucking pull that narrative, okay? Because I DM Brantley. I asked Brantley if we can go live right now. It was a misunderstanding because she told me to crash out on Dolls and not your show, which I didn't want to do in the first place. I didn't want to come here and derail your shit, so I was trying to do it on our channel so you can have your rewind today. And it was the thing. I just found out that we cannot go live at any time on the weekends, so our live is canceled.
No, on the weekends you can. On the weekends you can.
Yeah, on the weekend.
Right.
During the week, exactly. So Dolls is not going live tonight. We're not stealing your thunder. I don't want to come here and derail your fucking show. If you want me to get off here, I can get off and I can go crash out.
Do you understand? Do you understand why you lost your host role?
Yes, I know why. But that's not why I'm upset.
Okay, why are you upset?
Why are you upset?
Okay, I'm upset because motherfucker, everyone sat there. Oh my God, Popstar, go join Queens, go join Queens, go join Queens. I go join Queens, and this man Michael, who got rated F by everyone on the tier list today, no one freaking likes you in the first place. Mind you, you've been here longer than me, bitch. You've been here longer than me, and no one fucking likes you. Goes and disconnects me, spam disconnects me because Lord, I don't know what you were drinking, I don't know what you were smoking, I don't know what the fuck you were smoking. But bitch, no, how the fuck you own the show? You own Queens. Oh, this is my show. How is it your show and your camera's not on every fucking episode? You chopped. Chopped and
okay, Pop. He actually owns the show. That's
good for him.
Okay, wait,
you own the show that's dying. You own the show
I'm talking right now. I don't care. I know, but you're gonna have to care for a second because I'm talking.
I don't care.
Because
people
Pop, that's like if Keemstar kicked you out, you stay out because him and Keemstar own the show the same.
Well, guess what? You own a show like Keemstar, but you're not big as him. What the fuck are you doing? Who knows you? Because everyone knows Keem. My mother knew Keem. She don't fucking know you, Michael. She don't know you. Bitches don't know you. Who knows you? I don't even care who knows you. Because let me tell you something. I only came back because Becky wanted to hear my piece. So fine, kick me off the show. I'm not contesting that. If I break a rule, I got my host role taken. I left the server because I'm not going to sit here while y'all play in my face and spam ping Popstar. Demon Popstar. Demon Popstar. Demon. Suck my dick backwards, bitch. I don't care. I don't care. So yes, I left.
Okay,
yes,
so listen.
Yes.
Do you know the rule
Sorry,
now?
I just wanted to pop in and say two things. Number
I'm
one,
gonna suck my dick.
everybody knows who I am.
Fucking amazing.
Everybody knows who I am. Actually, I'm
I don't care. No.
I am literally a goddamn phenomenon. And number two, just because you didn't know who the fuck I was, doesn't mean a lot of people don't know who the fuck I am. The world does not revolve around you. But you know what? You may not have known me, but I know something about you. I know your ass is getting fucking shit canned, and I can't wait to see it happen.
You got her on. Who deafened her? She's deaf. Oh,
I did it.
Can't wait to watch this bitch get her come up. It's my God. Holy fuck. I can't wait till he shit cans you. Holy fuck.
I don't even know who you're talking about. What you're talking about. Oh my God, let them shit can me. I don't care.
You gotta let other people talk. I've been trying to talk this whole goddamn time, but you keep going.
I don't want to let anyone talk because the thing is, motherfuckers been hating on me since day one. You want to Popstar? Love you. Here it is.
Hey, Maxie's. Bubby Dog loves you.
We had a donation.
Bub, your yap is so strong. Your yap is you got immaculate yap.
Yes, it will be stronger. It will be stronger this very moment because
you know what would make your yap stronger if you had something to say.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really like the thing is, I don't think I need to understand. Let me pull my mic close. I won't pick it up. I won't ear rape you. I won't pick it up. Say something. I don't care. I don't care how you feel about me. If you despise me, if you don't like me, that's fine. Watch my content and shut the fuck up. Spam my chat. Pay to hate me like you were doing before then. Continue. But wallahi of Nazareth, don't hop up. No. Oh, you're acting confused. You're acting confused. I've not been shouting since day one. Confused. Why are you confused? Why are you confused, Ali? Why are you confused? Because no. You derail my conversation. Don't interrupt me. I know I talk a lot. You interrupt my monologue, derail the conversation, take it to point C, and then you come back to point A telling me, oh my God, what are you even talking about? Maybe if you sat still for 20 minutes,
Don't come back.
Pup
Don't come
star,
back.
if you're watching, Pup
Don't come back. That's number 2, bitch. Don't come back. Number 3, you lose your host role.
Pup star,
Them's the rules.
if you're watching Pup star, you're not monologuing, you're monologuing. You're not saying anything.
But if people don't know.
Remember you said that like Popstar, or even like Billy said that Popstar is the next Becky? Yeah, this is what I meant. Just the blatant of not understanding how the LCU works properly, and her crashing out like this aggressively. Before we move on, not much really happened in Ozzy, and let's get back at the rewind. They kind of go into a little bit in depth. They do talk about the stuff with Sweet Tea and Roxy, not the point. Right now, currently with Popstar, who may be the next Becky for the next couple weeks or even days, let's be fair. She just went off. She just went off about everything. And like Xylee was at least attempting to be calm and be like, chill out. Let me explain how things work around here, because it's not how you think it works. And the way Popstar is acting, it is hyperly aggressive when she doesn't need to. Like, you gotta have to put a muzzle on her mouth, because she just goes off and off and off and off and off when it's somebody else's show. If it's on Doll, it's different, but if it's on your own show, it's on somebody else's show, you kind of have to be somewhat respectful, which is already thrown out the window, because a lot of the time, if a host do come on, it's gonna be either relevant to what they're talking about, or they're gonna get into a major fight. You know, not a great time. I mean, it's just a waste of. If I was there, I just probably would have just muted her, or just turned down my volume or walked away and just let her burn herself out. But like, you can't even do that, because then she'll go on and on. Like, and the thing is, people are saying that she's 19, and it's like, you know what? I actually do agree. Her age may be sort of not a good thing. You know, it's just a little weird, right? It's like, damn, you know, like, calm down. And then she goes on about Michael, then like Boogie comes up and just made it worse. In the case of like Michael, yeah, nobody likes Michael for a lot of reasons. That's you know, it's obvious. Oh my god, the day that Popstar learns about Michael, it's gonna be a shit show in the making. But that's not even my point. That's not even where I'm coming from, right? The way she acts, it's very entitled. Extremely entitled. Yeah, so that's how it feels. There's a bit of self-entitlement. And whether or not it's justified, it doesn't mean anything on this kind of platform, because people will berate you to the point of, why are you even here if you feel that entitled about anything you believe in? Now, later, whether or not we are going to see Popstar again on Dolls, we'll have to wait and see. But I do know one thing. Her crashing out was so bad, apparently, that she crashed out in the VC and Dolls, and the people there weren't even messing with her. She just randomly crashed out. So there's probably some type of manic craziness that she has, or if it is true to believe, she's probably overworking herself both in her personal life and on LCU. So, yeah, we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep moving on.
Someone just fucking running into the road, like frequently just running into the road. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Like, fucking hey. Like, it's fucking
Yeah.
it's sad to fucking see. I don't know, like I said, like, I'm very like out of the know on Josh Block and stuff, 'cause I don't particularly like watch that. I'm very picky on live streamers, to be honest with you, in general.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh.
it's like it's so sad to see that, like, you can clearly see the manipulation, you know?
Yeah, I think Josh Block blew up because of TikTok, right? That's where he got his big followers. He was famous on TikTok. He was in the Times Square area doing a lot of stuff down there.
He's sing in New York.
So
yeah.
So he got so what did he cover on TikTok then that got him so famous?
He did songs.
Oh, so he just sang shit?
Yeah.
Why did he stop?
because he started
What?
drinking.
Yeah.
I feel like
Became an
this-
alcoholic.
Yeah, I feel like the drinking's a lesser one compared. I mean, to be fair, he probably has like fucking good money off the drinking. I guess I think history has shown that you can make a killing off fucking drinking alcohol in the live stream. Like look at Blade, for example. You know what I mean? That guy literally when he broke his sobriety, I think it was like fucking $240 for one shot, wasn't it? Something like that. It was like something fucking insane. Like
I think it was
people
6
kept, like,
shots or something. But it was
I
like
think he
$200
ended
a
up doing-
shot.
Yeah, I think he ended up doing like, what was the price that he ended up drinking the first shot? And then he bought more, and he's like, well, if people want me to drink more, you're gonna have to fucking donate for it. But I think the first shot was like fucking $240 something or something like that, like something stupid for a fucking shot.
Yeah, it
right?
might have been 240, 250,
Yeah.
240.
It was something like that, and I was just like, yeah, that's how you know that you've cultivated a fan base that only wants to see you like get damaged, right? Like, because if people are willing to spend that much money for you to break something like that, that's literally like in a sense killing you, in Minecraft or whatever. But like,
Yeah, that's what they wanted. That was the end game for Only Use Me Blade. They wanted to see him die. That was what they were hoping for.
That's fucking actually insane. Like it genuinely, like it is a massive shame that he had to do that for himself, because the guy turns into a fucking weirdo when he's drunk as well. So it's not even as if he's a good drunk. He's so self-destructive and toxic when he's
Completely blacks out.
Yeah, throws out the N-word.
Yeah, with Josh Block on the World of T-shirts, he does similar things. I don't know. He probably blacks out, but he does some of the stuff sober too, because he's just so antisocial.
Yeah.
He's so disconnected with his tism. I don't know. That's probably not the proper word to use. But
It's just like social skills, like the EQ.
I suppose like when you look at what you do for a living, like all the time, every day, and you spend a long time streaming, because like I did like 6-hour streams a day, right, something like that. Like, you stream for a really long time. You start to revert your social network to what you're ingesting on a daily basis, right? So if you are only doing that, you're only drinking, doing fucked up shit because it's getting you views and stuff, or people are suggesting when you're drunk, that's eventually gonna become a part of your like social engagement. So then when you go back into normality, like you just can't fucking do that, because you're already engaged with that narrative now, and you're like so soaked into it, especially when you're doing it for as long as he's been doing it, which is he's been doing it for a fucking while. And, like, don't get me wrong, he's made success, but he can't enjoy it anyway because he just spends it on fucking alcohol and shit, or medical expenses now. Like,
Yeah.
Guess the point was like, like you get the story about like the dude that works like 100 hours a week. What is he getting out of that 100 hours? You know what I mean? What, like, he's getting the extra money and stuff. That's it. But like, how can he really enjoy that extra income? You know what I mean? Because he has no time.
The goal is to build a business that runs itself, right? And, passive income. That's what you're doing.
How many people do that?
That's the goal. Well,
you know what I mean? Like, how many people do it successfully? Even then, that's even smaller. But it's like, when you go back to like the 70s and stuff and the 60s, like
Now, Ted's currently with Michelangelo a little interesting. No offense to the guy. Like, I'm not trying to be like an asshole. I'm just being very fair. I feel like, and it isn't really Nightmare's fault. It's just the way Tess is and how kind of aggressive it could be, because it has to. I feel like anybody in the LCU, any of the other hosts can come on, and if they have a slightly higher voice, and when I mean slightly higher, I mean if they speak just a little bit more louder than Michelangelo, they just completely overpower him. Like that's not really. You know what? It may be a point against them, because like if you're trying to be a host on another show, I can see it even, but no, because a lot of the other shows, even in Cafe is the very loud, active show with Batgirl and Ken. Doll is a very loud and active show. Same thing for Milker, same thing for Nerds, same thing, and even Zay plays off of. And the thing with Nerds is Zay plays off of When Buff Weed very well. Right? Same thing on Live, same thing on Queens and Milker, same thing on Rewind, same thing on Ozzy. Hell, even Tech Talk. And I'm not saying this is not meant to be a jab on Michelangelo. It's just something I noticed very heavily. It's like he has his one-liner and they're kind of funny, but like the way he talks does not go for him well. And like, unlike Eric, where Eric just is sort of similar like everybody else, where he can get louder too and act it, very vocal. I'm not sure if it's just Michelangelo trying to be nice, but it's like, dude, you gotta talk, you gotta say something. And when he does, it's like, okay, maybe kind of structure your words ahead of time. I don't know. I'm not trying to be an asshole. I'm trying to be fair, and it's not working out well. It's like, all right, you have these ideas. I think they're pretty interesting, but you're not being very vocal. And they do talk about locales. So it says, hey, I will always give prop for people for talking about locales. And they do a good job. I would even say that both the test guy did a pretty good job covering locales at probably the same level as Cafe. Actually, I'm always in favor for more locale talks. Always in favor for more locale talks, if you want my honest opinion. And hey, I'll give Michelangelo cred. Good topic on the World T-shirt and Jack Doherty and all that. They go into that as well. It was an interesting conversation. They should keep up. Hell, hey Michelangelo, if you're hearing this, which you're probably not because as I'm recording, Tech Talk is still going on. Hey, do Noble Online because I know I'm about to very soon.
That's my favorite game.
Well, at least they're honest.
I mean, it's my favorite game too. I love pressing cash register buttons. All right, almost done. I promise. Thief, Legacy of Shadow. I don't know anything about Thief, so I won't play the trailer.
Please don't.
Legendary Thief franchise. This is reimagined for PlayStation VR 2, launching later this year. And Ties It Tomorrow is the last thing on the list. Digix Arts return as intriguing asynchronous multiplayer oceanic adventure. So, all right, that's it. This is about right.
Yeah, it was a fucking snooze fest this year.
This is what I expect out of Sony's State of Play. Sony has consistently demonstrated that they don't know how to do a digital press conference. They just don't. They haven't learned for years. They don't understand what's interesting to people and what actually gets them talking. Loads and loads and loads of indie projects don't get the people talking. They never have. They never will. They need to learn this. The sooner they realize that the big names draw the money, is the sooner that they'll stop like making fools of themselves. But they're not going to learn that. And quite honestly, I hope they don't. Sony is the one gaming company I want wiped off the face of the earth. So if they don't learn this lesson, I don't care. But this is what they're gonna do. So get used to it.
I'm just curious. Why do you hate Sony? Like, what is your specific reason for disliking Sony so much?
I just hate everything about them. I hate the chokehold they have in the market. I think, and I realize that Nintendo's engaging in anti-consumer practices too. But when it comes to anti-consumer practices, I think Sony's the worst of them. I think I think on some levels they messed with George Hotz too much. When their network constantly gets hacked. And they don't respond to it appropriately. Yeah. When they have service interruptions and they screw a lot of people out of their money, they then go out of their way to update their terms of service to say, we know we screwed you, but you can't sue us. So get over it. Anybody who updates their terms of service
Now that I got your attention, you know what? I hope we don't stop being boring, because with the boring, we have a quiz for both of you. And since we only have some only time left, I would like to start it.
No, Glammy, I'm sorry. How awful of me. Please continue.
Thank you. Okay. So I have a quiz. All right, here are some questions that I want both of you to answer. And let me get my wheel of fun, because Glammy
Wait, can I ask a question?
brings
Are the
fun.
questions multiple choice, or is it like we have to know the specific answer? Like, will you be willing?
Because I told you to know it. Okay, ready?
Oh, fuck, all right.
Okay,
Sure.
here are the questions. Number one, what was the first commercially available personal computer? If you get it wrong, we have to spin, and you guys do fucked up things. Welcome to Glammy Wheel of Torture!
Glammy, was it? Oh wait, are we not supposed to be looking at the screen?
No, you're not supposed to be looking at the screen. I just did that.
Well, why are you sharing it?
Because the wheel was on there. Okay.
All right.
Was it the Altair 800?
Huh? Oh,
Was it the Altair 800?
You read it, you little snot!
You put it on the screen!
Okay,
Listen,
fine.
I mean, I didn't cheat. I didn't fucking cheat. I didn't look. All right,
Gutsu was
punish
being a
him.
good, Gutsu was being a good contestant. All right, that doesn't count.
You didn't say that. You put it on, and I said, "Oh, what's this button do?"
No, Gutsu was being a good contestant. You were not. CD.
So I've noticed something in Tech Talk recently that Glammy is being very passive aggressive. Now I don't usually cover Tech Talk, right? If I have to cover the later shows, it would be really Test and Rewind are the two shows I cover the most that are the latest. I usually don't really cover Tech Talk because like for a 2-hour show a lot of things don't happen, but I've noticed Glammy is being very passive aggressive, and as I was watching mostly part of the stream. Now mind you, as I'm recording this, Tech Talk is about to be over in the next like 30 minutes. I noticed that there's the very sense of passive aggressiveness that Glammy has with them. And it's kind of necessary. Like, Watsu or Gushu, whatever his name is, he's sort of like Michelangelo. Instead of like the problem of talking, it's more like a little too nice. And I'm like, you could be a little aggressive. And in the case of CD-ROM, where he goes on this rant, but the problem with the rant is that The little issue with the rant is it goes on for longer than it needs to, and Glammy kind of had a good point of like, hey, hurry your shit up because you're taking way too much time. And yeah, that's how I felt. I felt that it was like you're wasting too much time on a long rant and you're not even that funny. Like if this was like, let's say, Winbuff Weed or somebody else, it may be a little bit more entertaining, but hey man, you know, kind of get to the point already. Get to the point already, you know. I know you're trying to make a point about how anti-consumerist Nintendo and Sony can be. Fair point, but in this situation, like I just want you to hurry the hell up. And I think Glammy kind of stepping in and, you know, like just stopping them from doing what they have to do. But yeah, I don't know what else I can say, but I've noticed that there's a bit of passive aggressiveness that Glammy it's showing. And I think it's because these guys kind of get a little too autistic with this stuff. I don't know. However you guys think. Maybe I'm being a little too mean, but that's what I've been seeing. Alright, let's move on. Oh, I see another time much after this. Till next time, guys. Have a good one. Be safe and God bless.